Yo, what's good? We back again in here, and I didn't charge my camera batteries up, so we're doing this faceless today. It's all good. I also did some settings to my mic. Hope it doesn't sound too bad. I just kept cutting in and out. I wasn't feeling that, so hopefully it's a little bit better today. So we're going to continue on our path, and hopefully you guys are working with me as we come up on this. So I'm really paranoid about missing things. Like I feel like I'm good where I am, but at the same time, I don't want to say I'm good and then like miss something critical. And yeah, so that's why I kind of go so hard. That and the fact that I'm competitive as hell. So I don't want I don't ever want to walk into work and someone be, you know, you could be on my level at at maximum. But if you're better than me in anything, I'm gonna fight my hardest to make sure that we level that out. So here I am. And tomorrow I'm trying I don't know. I've been talking to and I've been registering for a few other sites and it hasn't been going too well. I registered for this one site and it absolutely sucks. And they still charge me. They're gonna let me stream their stuff and everything, but it sucks. Where do we want to go today? So yesterday we ended on kind of Windows fundamentals. We'll go back and see what's going on there. uh, Windows additions. Uh, what encryption can you enable on Pro that you can't enable at home? Why would they? First of all, why would they do that to anybody? But I think you can encrypt a hard drive on Pro, and you can't encrypt it on Windows or something like that. Where is it? Where is it? Ugh. Yes. Before I go on, let's talk about this one for a minute. It seems to me that we know this, but we forget this. Everybody that I talk to, they can conceptualize this and they know this. But we forget this, and we are way too hard on Windows. It's always, it always has been targeted by hackers, and it's always going to be targeted. So, you know, Windows Defender could literally start turning water into wine, and people will still have bad stuff to say about it. Linux could sit there and do absolutely nothing for 20 years, and people will still praise Linux. And SC Linux and the security stuff on there. Now, don't get me wrong, Microsoft is proprietary, which means that they have the purview to steal from their users and spy on their users and stuff, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about how easy is it to bypass Windows Defender without turning it off or being an administrator. And it is not easy. Ever. Never been easy. It was like just because Mimikatz, when Mimikatz was invented, at one point you can get past it with Mimikatz. You know, Windows snipped that in the bud really quick. What is the answer to this? I don't see what encryption can you able. Can anyone see that? I don't see this. Hmm. We're gonna move on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've just read this thing 3 times. What encryption can you enable? Let's try test. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, they want you to read the dip. They want you to click off the website. Give me a break. Encryption, device encryption. Let's see. Is that what they're talking about? BitLocker. I knew it had something to do with the hard drive. See, I'm smart. Now, I'm not trying to go for no streak. I don't know if you guys see that and see the streak thing coming up. I'm not trying to go for no streak. I literally have been, I just needed a break from coming up with ideas for videos. So I've just been heavily relying on TryAcme until my brain starts working again. But yeah, I've been going pretty hard for, it feels like 3 months now, but it's probably closer to 2 months. Like stream after live stream. And man, that's why I'm kind of like going slow here and doing TryAcme as I kind of like come up with ideas. If you drop by after the fact, or if you're listening to my voice right now and you have an idea of what you want to see, like let's discuss it to see what will be interesting to jump into next. But for me, it's like, whew, it's been crazy because of things. And I'm definitely trying. I'm definitely trying to push myself to a new height here, and I have to. I have to get in here and do something every morning, no matter how lame. It's talking about the desktop. I think we can easily get this one. I'm gonna tell you, this morning though, I did not feel like getting in here. Man, a million thoughts came to my mind saying, like, trying to convince me to miss today. A million. And I was thinking, and I was like, man, that is the same type of thinking that I would think when I was about to either get ready to give up on something or fail something. And I feel like my string of live streams, if I don't complete that goal, then all my other things dealing with my YouTube are going to fall apart. And I don't want that to happen. So here I am again, even though I definitely would rather be in the bed, bro. I can't even hold you. Which selection will hide disable the search box? Who cares? I want to deal with security. Skip all that. What is the system variable for the Windows folder? I know that. System root. It should be system root. No, no, it's not. No, it's not. What am I doing? It's not system root. Winder. So this is important because if you ever see malware, malware like I don't know if malware actually does this or not, like on a consistent basis, but sometimes malware will use these Windows environment variables, and if you don't know what that is, it's like, and you're doing malware analysis, then like you messing up, bro. So you need to know your environment variables for reals. Like that ain't even like I'm not even being easy on you. I'm gonna skip that and all of that because I don't really user account control. Let's do this. What does UAC mean? Oh, I just read it. User account control. Boom. Settings in the control panel. I don't know if we need to know about the control panel. Yep. Nope. I do know this. Oh, I don't. Control Shift Escape, right? Keyboard shortcut. I mean, I didn't have it. I'm not even completed. All right, we're gonna back out of this. Windows fundamentals was fun, but whatever. I'll probably come back and answer the rest of those. Wireshark. Do you guys want to do Wireshark? Wireshark is so I don't know. Let's see what we have here. Mm, ARP traffic. Oh, you have to download a file, which I guess is okay, right? I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of boring. I really just want a threat hunt, bro. Learn how to use Nessus. So if you don't know, Nessus is a vulnerability scanner. Oh, I guess you got it right here. I think it is. I don't know if Nessus is open source or not. I've read the description. I don't care about installing it. Let's go straight to scanning a. Yeah, actually no. Miter attack. Now this one is gonna be interesting. Situations get heavy, heavy. All right. Now I should kill this because I work with miter attack all the time. Read the above. I already know all of that. Phishing, blah blah blah. I probably should be reading it for everybody's edification. Besides blue teamers, who else would use the miter attack matrix? Red teamers? I don't know. Correct. That's correct. What is the ID for this technique? What technique? What technique are we talking about? I don't know. 1566. They should have put phishing here. So IDs, let me just tell you right now, bro. IDs, like knowing the IDs doesn't really matter. If you really want to sound like super smart in a meeting or in an interview, I would kind of pick up on the T numbers, but nobody else is gonna really know them. You know what I'm saying? Based on this technique, what mitigation covers? Identify social mitigation. Two-factor? I don't know. Training? Mitigation for social engineering? I don't know about whatever you're talking about. You have to read fast in this field too, like super blazing fast, bro. I don't know about mitigations for phishing, so I should check shit. That's correct, bro. What are the data sources for detection? Phishing? Oh, I think they want you to go to the site. Data sources for phishing. Now, bro, I heard this at work, bro. We need to be real for a minute. I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me eat a slice of let me eat a slice of humble pie real quick. Right? Let me just be humble for a minute. What mitigation covers social engineering techniques? What? User training has to be it, bro. I said that. What's up? What's good? I'm going through the cyber defense stuff. I've been skipping a lot of stuff. But what's good, man? I'm gonna do a few of these until I figure out my Active Directory challenge issues. Super easy, but eat some of that humble pie. I have to because especially yesterday, it was like I was going through some TCP/IP stuff, and I'm like, man, I got this. And then stuff was like hitting me upside of the head, like I was like, yeah, let me slow down for a minute. What are the data sources for detection? Data sources. It's 3 here, and I see a comma, so I see source 1, source 2, source 3. Application log file and network traffic. But I did want to say, what That's exactly what application log file network traffic. No spaces after commas. That's weird. For anyone else watching, I have one message. Please don't leave your account locked. Oh, look out. Is that Windows? Oh, is that like something from an assessment or something? Oh yeah. So what do you mean like so that lets you pretty much throw a bunch of like yeah, okay. That's what I thought you were getting at. Um so someone manually has because it's not defaulted to that. So someone manually has to go in. Yeah, cuz yeah, it's I think it has a default setting. Okay, yeah, they manually set that. So I could see somebody doing it out of convenience. Possibly three is the default. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's something like that. And I can see in my head someone getting uh, a bunch of people are coming, to the admin or whatever we call them these days, and I locked out my account, and they're like, you know what? Just keep trying, bro. Here you go. Yeah, it's funny though. Microsoft recommends none if you're worried about it. Mm, yeah, I don't know. Denial of service on an actual authentication service, like on NTLM or Kerberos, like I wouldn't. I don't know. I would be more worried about a network DOS, a denial service. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know everything, but that's just how my brain works. Maybe because that's what I've seen. Maybe it is possible. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for two APTs, I guess. I think in security. First of all, I think we're all gonna make it, regardless. And then more importantly, it's like for or these organizations out here, um, something I would be sure I want to be an attacker going off maybe to cover their tracks. Yeah, I mean, if these businesses really have the money or not money really per se, more of the wherewithal, just go with Azure and just you know if it's just really that big of a concern for Active Directory, and then you have a Active Directory environment where things get patched for you and things like that, and then everybody is one standard across the board, or at least that's how I understand it. If you got stuff that's like worth having, because sometimes you have a whole network, and besides people, you don't really have anything to gain. Now, obviously, people are your number one like target. So if you can get a bunch of people's like data and stuff like that is valuable. But besides that, like if you're looking for anything else, I don't know. I don't know. Every group has used spear phishing in the past. What am I looking for here? We're gonna move on. So I don't really care. No, I'm not gonna move on. Let me stop, bro. Let me get disciplined. These three. Axiom Gold, South Goldfield. Axiom. What does that say? Goldfield. Gold Southfield. Gold. Yeah, that was correct, bro. That's wild. Based on what are their associated groups, I don't care. What is the description for this software? So this is important too. I tell people all the time about like threat actors overlapping with each other and stealing each other's techniques. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna keep going. Car. Now I heard about this. Car is dope. I haven't worked with it, but everybody talks about it. At least everybody that I know. So for car, it is a knowledge base of analytics. So both red teamers and blue teamers should get acquainted with analytics. I think analytical thinking. And by analytical thinking, a lot of people their minds automatically go to like data and things like that, or whatever some party might think. But an analytic simply starts with a question, you know. And everybody kind of does it to an extent, but you got to be intentional when you ask the question. Then you'll be good. Then you're analytically thinking. Be intentional and be vocal when you ask the question. Like, how can I get how can I spearfish the boss of this company or the CEO of this company? And then as you ask the question in your head, you kind of also tell your guys the same thing, and then you kind of brainstorm it. And that might seem simple, but you have to kind of walk the dog on that. You ask as many questions as possible, and then put queries and strategies behind those questions. And it's almost kind of like, is it like Scrum? I haven't studied Scrum in a while, but to me, everything is a software, it's a software engineering project. To me, like even like when it comes down to like talking to you guys at work, like everything is a project to be solved. Video provides allowing viewers to view their roles. Okay, not quite. Scrum is like a little bit more. But part of Scrum is like making sure that everyone can see what what task they're attacking, and then there's an overall question that goes with that task. So maybe I went too far with the Scrum stuff, but it's all good. If you've ever watched Silicon Valley, like they use Scrum in one of the episodes. Uh, but people, I think people actually hate it there, but whatever. In the phase one for the APT emulation plan. Did somebody steal my idea? Yep. Identify stuff to be talked about, talk about it, document, repeating, keep people on task. So yeah, I think that was the main goal when they first created Scrum is to keep people on task. But more importantly, to continue, you don't want people to drift and become indefinite. Is my whole take on the thing, because those are the problems that I have in this field. I don't want anybody like everyone kind of knows the goal, but like their role and the question that they're answering, the analytic that they're addressing. You may be looking for a very specific indicator of compromise uh, in your little lane or your little sector that you're aiming for, uh, but you find something else, and then now you have redirected your whole week to this little thing that's interesting instead of passing that interesting thing along to the appropriate person and getting back on what you were defined to do. And that comes with analytical thinking. Hmm. What was I supposed to be in for this again? What is listed first for the plan? C2 setup. Yep, that's right. Under persistence, what binary was replaced with exe? I mean cmd.exe. I don't see that part. What binary was replaced? So under persistence, I don't see anything. Under persistence. Do I click here? Yeah, maybe. So I would tell you right now, my that's not it. This is good that they do this. None of these are it. Let's go down to a persistence. Um, oh, I don't know. Oh, this APT3 has replaced the sticky keys binary set c.exe with cmd.exe. That's smart, but that's I don't know, a little bit tacky. Because couldn't you just to be a little bit more stealthy? Couldn't you just like oh well it is in System 32, so never mind. I don't know if I would be putting I don't know if I would be putting stuff in System 32. You know, even if I had the rights to do that. I definitely don't. I don't know if this is an old report, but oh yeah, 2018. In 2022, I am not gonna put anything in System 32. I don't give a damn how well funded I am. If I'm an attacker, what C2 frameworks are listed in scenario one? C2 frameworks, and the reason is, and everybody should know this. Um, Tools are gonna automatically scan those sensitive folders. Like some things in 2022 are just given. If you really care about what your organization is doing, you're gonna get the appropriate protections. And those protections are going to check those folders all the time, no matter how much it costs. What was I looking for? Oh, I have to open up APT 29. Damn. So APT 29 is probably I don't want to sound crazy and say I have a favorite APT, but if I were to have a favorite APT, APT 29 would be it. Not necessarily for their intent because I don't really care for criminals and enemies and adversaries. Like being on that side, you're on that side, stay over there. I'm gonna be over here. But when it comes to pure tradecraft only, if we're just looking at tradecraft, I think APT 29 has the most beautiful tradecraft. I don't even think it's close. That's just my opinion though. And I don't know how that sounds to somebody, but for me, it's like the more I understand your tradecraft, that allows me to think ahead, and so that's why I will always like say stuff like that. Like, yeah, of course, I don't like your intent as an APT, but I can appreciate the tradecraft and like separate myself from your intent. At least in my head, in my head, I can. Uh, and yeah, and they've been at it for a while. Um, And so, like, the more I understand your tradecraft, again, it's like I can go after some of the things you may do because now I'm in your mind frame. Well, or at least I like to think that. Maybe I'm actually not. But case in point, it's like I think APT 29 has gotten by like the most creative with Windows, and they don't fool. Like it seems to me like nothing sloppy. What C2 frameworks are listed in scenario one? What are we talking about? Oh, PUPY Metasploit framework. Now, don't let this Don't let this confuse you. Like just because they're using these two, like don't get it twisted. Like yes, this is in the emulation plan, but these guys have their own stuff. I'll tell you, they do have their own stuff, and it's important if you're a defender or a threat hunter. It's super important to make sure that you understand their history, because at the end of the day, humans humans are the most creative thing that's ever existed on Earth, yet they are the least creative thing at the same time. If that makes sense. Like you have, like as a human being, you have probably the most potential. But a lot of times we just get lazy, and a lot of times we just get lazy, and we have the capacity to get, like if you invent like a machine or a thinking machine, like that's cool. But even though that machine can get more creative than you, it'll never get lazy because it's a machine. So that is the duality you're working with when you're hunting actual humans. Now, when everything goes to AI, then I don't know, we might be screwed a little bit. That's always been my take on things. Scenario one, infrastructure. I was like based on my studies, all of the other APTs at some point get somewhat sloppy with something. There's something that they do, and I'm like, I don't know if I would have did that. What am I at? Is it this one? Yeah. Let me see. What framework is listed in scenario two infrastructure? Framework. But yeah, I always say, man, create really cool things, use it over and over. Yeah. Especially if it works, it's like everything to me has a business need. Three targets. What am I doing? Where is it? If something in your, like if you have a criminal organization and all you do is like you get over with hacking or whatever, and your business need is being met, is paying the bills, you have now you have a, like everyone would have the human tendency to keep doing that over and over again. I don't care how smart you are, how funded you are. You're not going to, if this one technique is bringing in millions a day or however much they make. I don't know how much they make, but if it's bringing in your millions or it's fulfilling a purpose that you need to fulfill, I'm gonna skip this one because I don't see it. Then it's like you're gonna have that tendency to stick with the same thing. Posh C2. That's anybody, and maybe right up at front you don't. Maybe it takes you a while. Maybe it takes you 5 years or 10 years, but at some point, the human spirit, yeah, and that's not a really good strategy because like now you're waiting on someone to whatever examine the emulation plan. What web shell is used for scenario one? Why I gotta go back to scenario one? What web shell is used? That's not cool, man. Go back to one. What was that? The same APT? Sandworm. Okay, that's different. I think on the flip side of that, the reason why I feel like we're gonna make it as a society is because so much more ferocity goes into defending, and it's underrated, that ferocity that goes into that. Everybody kind of thinks of like attackers doing all of this cool stuff and being really good at what they do, but you know, the world is fighting back. This is getting kind of boring. Let's keep going. Threat emulation. Eh, Do we want to do any hacking today? How much time we got? We got. We have a few. We have a few minutes. But that was fun to talk about APTs. Sysmon. I don't know if I could find stuff with Sysmon. I'll definitely do this one. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Situations get heavy. Heavy. Trying to be a gangster. Da-da. You did? Man, I appreciate that. I do want to do that next week too. I felt like the patching stream was fun because I got to attack and then I got to defend. And I think, that shows the duality. That's the word for the day, duality. The duality of the damn main. That shows my duality in that, like, I do have a passion for making sure people can't get in. Now, obviously, like, that is what, like, the techniques that I employed is what you do until your business can either raise the money to come up with a solution or have enough downtime to install a solution or an update. But yeah, I appreciate that feedback. I loved it too, man. And I'm definitely gonna do that again next week if the retiring box from next week isn't insane. That's the thing. I can't defend a box that takes 13 hours to get into. Not unless I can like bypass all of it and then get root. If I can do that, then I can defend it. But if I have to go through all these steps and it takes 13 hours or whatever, then it's like, nah, that might not be smart on the people that watch. Because now you're watching me all day. How many event ID? 3 events are in event ID. I thought I was doing Sysmon. They're calling it event IDs. What? Oh, I gotta download something, bro. Forget that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do that some other time. Yeah, we practice. We practice. So yeah, I'm really good with patching any kind of injection, any kind of injection vulnerabilities. I'm gonna be really good with patching those. Completed. Completed. Oh, now they got me. I would much rather. I think tomorrow what we're gonna do is I hate to do something 3 times in a row. I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start ingesting logs into my Splunk instance, and we're gonna hunt on my network to see if we can find bad. I think that'll be dope because it's like now I have something. I have some actual weight behind what I'm doing. Like some of these scenarios get corny, and then they start letting you see stuff in plain text. Nah, if there's a real competent adversary on your network, it's gonna all be encrypted. Obviously, like that goes without saying. Logs are. Yep, we're gonna exit that. Situations scary. I'm trying to improve my. Like I see certain people on YouTube, man. Certain people be having like good quality stuff. They do. And one thing that I've been kind of concerned about is I want people to I obviously want people to take me seriously, but then again I love having fun. I like being relaxed on this thing, but it's like people start taking me for a joke. I have to start clowning people. For real. Yarrow. I'm weak here, very weak at Yara. I know what it does, but that's about it. Let's read it. What is the name of the base 16 numbering system that Yara can detect? Yara rules hexadecimal. What? Hex? Are we just putting hex? Oh, they like that. Would the text enter your name be a string in an application? Yes. Right? Installing. I'm not installing Yara on my system, bro. That's not gonna happen. Not on this system, at least. I'll install it on like something else. I just lie right there. I ain't installed nothing. One rule to rule them all. Bro, they gotta ask questions, man. They're not challenging me. Yeah, Yara rules is how is don't want to say too much here, but you can scrape memory. So obviously there are endpoint detections, endpoint detection and response programs that will do what Yara does, but you have a lot of granularity with the specific brand of malware that's crafted for me and a few other people. Now I can detect this thing because if you just Google stuff and then pull it in, you're gonna miss those really targeted attacks. So Yara is there to help you with that. Read about zero logon. I remember that. I can answer questions about zero logon. Uh, Zero logon would I explained it once in a video, but basically they didn't even ask me what method would allow us to change passwords over method. Is it this? This can't. This is not a method. Well, I guess it. What's the difference between a method and a function? Method is kind of like method comes from a class, right? At least that's what I always thought. Let's like control F method. Yes, this. So what happens is, let me see if I can find it in here so that I'll mislead you guys. They didn't even explain it. They didn't even explain zero logon. Let me see if they explain it here. Okay, they didn't even explain it there as well. Okay, let's see if they explain it here. Okay, yeah, it seems like they're not being as verbose as they could. So I'm gonna have to take this on alone. So with cryptography, let's do a quick cryptography class before I get off, right? Because I gotta go work out and stuff. So cryptography. Here you go. Initialization vector, right? I want like a good image so that I can explain it. So for good cipher block, do I want to do cipher block? I think cipher block is the actual standard now or something like that. Yes, it is. That I remember. So this is actually the perfect example. So with zero logon, the initialization vector is predictable and not random. You can throw I think it's like one out of like, I don't know how many it was, but when they say unpredictable and random, they mean it needs to be, you know, north of, it needs to be a lot. It needs to be like the randomness of like SSH, that type of randomness, that type of unpredictability. If you have an initialization vector where you have 16 keys, 32 keys, 100 keys, or 100 vectors, I'm saying keys, 100 vectors that work, then yeah. And that's the problem that Microsoft had. And no, I don't even think it was that. I think their initialization vector was 0 actually. I think that's what it was. So it was just one initialization vector. I think someone at Microsoft forgot to set it. So if you come in with that initialization vector of 0, you're going to break that encryption, that cryptography, and then you could guess the you can get the password. So yeah, that's my quick rundown of cryptography. I don't really think you need to like absolutely understand all of it, but just know certain terms. That way, like if you were to ever be in an interview or something like that, you could say a little bit about cryptography, and that's it. I'm not an expert at all. I just know a few of the things. So what we would do when we do red team and blue team exercises is we would take the PowerShell Empire. We would take that in PowerShell Empire payload and we would decrypt it. And we could decrypt it because the initialization vector was in the script, and they did that on purpose. They did that so you would be able to practice with breaking the cryptography. But typically, like that's not going to be visible. Either it's going to all be encrypted, or they're going to have a more secure way to transport their initialization vector. But as you see up at top, you don't want it to be secret, right? You just want it to be unpredictable and random. So what that means is on both sides of the chain and with the client and the server, you need a way to negotiate the initialization vector. There's a few ways that you could do it, but before the communication starts, both what am I saying right here? Both sides of the communication need to agree on an initialization vector. And however you do that is however you do that. But yeah. And the thing about that too is like, okay, let's just say an attacker does intercept an initialization vector. The next one should be so unpredictable that you're not able to break. So let's just say you're able to break a block of the chain. Well, that's good because guess what? Another initialization vector is coming for this block. So you're only able to break a piece of the chain because there's going to be another one of these coming. It's going to be random and unpredictable. So yeah, a lot to unpack there. Long story short is it works until it doesn't work, right? At some point it's not going to work and then we have to think of something else. But that is the strength of cryptography in 2022. That is gonna be it for me. I don't think I got nothing else. I just kind of wanted to jump in here and get my mind working. I thought I would be able to do more. I don't want to do any attacking because this is supposed to be defending. No. Registry forensics, no. Mm-mm. Yes. Let's do this one. Average view duration is 15 minutes, bro. That's dope. That is dope. So we're just gonna complete that the FAT file systems, file application table, good stuff to know. I'm not gonna answer it though. New technology file system, good stuff to know too. Not gonna answer any of that. Recovery deleted files. I don't know. My bad for skipping through a lot of this stuff, but yes, this is what I'm interested in. What is it called? Prefetch files. So prefetch files are very slept on. Like people sleep on prefetch files like crazy. So what prefetch files are? They allow Windows to go back. So if Windows, let's just say you run solitaire all the time, constantly. Well, Windows will make a prefetch file so that um, solitaire doesn't have to load in full every time you access it. Well, what forensic analysts and defenders found out is you're also giving us a timeline as to how, like the order that executables ran in. I'll show you my prefetch files, give you an example of what I'm talking about. Maybe that didn't land as well as I would have hoped. So I do PowerShell here. And then I do get child items, C Windows prefetch. I think, what? You see that? It's denied for a reason. So let's try again. C GCI, C Windows prefetch. And you have all of these things, right? Right now, they don't make any sense. But if you sort by creation time, it's in, let's do ascending or something. Or descending. Did that work? Yes, it did. So if you go back up to the top, you'll see that for me, okay, the last write time is gonna confuse you, so I don't want that to be a thing there. So let's go with select creation time name. Yes, this is way better. Now I will tell you a few things about. Well, first of all, let's just go over the basics, right? It's basically saying that. So I opened up DOSBox last night around that time, and I was running a whole bunch of other stuff trying to get it to work. So you have basically an overview of the things that I ran. Acrobat at 12:16 p.m. I don't remember doing that, so that might have been my why. Oh no, actually I did that remotely. So yeah, in a nutshell, you have executables that ran um, over time. So a couple things about prefetch. Number one, if you run it twice, it seems with the exception of a few of these, but typically when you run something twice, it'll get a tag on it. Um, but sometimes that doesn't work and it just deletes from where it is and then it just reappears. So you may have like inconsistencies with the what am I saying? What I'm trying to say here. Inconsistencies with the with some of your artifacts. Some of them may be missing or whatever the case. Also though, a good thing about this is like I wasn't even up at 12 o'clock last night, but I do know that notification helper ran. I know that it ran at 12:38 last night. And then OneDrive tried to update. I wasn't even in here yet. I was still like getting coffee and trying to wake up. All of this ran without my knowledge. So, you know, and I finally got in here and then this stuff ran. Like I obviously like so I had OBS already open, so I didn't have to do anything there and I already had when Edge open, so none of this is me, is what I'm basically trying to say there. So what does that mean for a defender is or and like a red team, blue team exercise is if you do this, you're gonna have a line of what the red team ran, like everything they ran, unless they are competent and they know how to get around the prefetch, which not many people. I will also add that because this is a thing, real live actors, like people that know what they're doing, they are really creative with their names. So just know that. But yes, prefetch for the prefetch for the win. I wouldn't totally rely on prefetch though. I would definitely have it as a part of what I'm doing, and if I just need a quick win. But long term, I need some kind of SIEM or some kind of endpoint detection and response program to do that for me. How many times was GA? Do I have to download something? Because I definitely will on this one. Nope, it doesn't tell me I need to download anything. Or do I? Let me go back. Oh, I have to start the machine. So for this, I will start the machine, yo, because this is actually beneficial. Like some of the other stuff that I was skipping, I was like, bro, I don't really know. I don't really know if this could help you. But I definitely will spend the time and effort to open this one for you. So, bro, I feel so full of love today, man. Like for reals. It's crazy. Like like it might be weird for me to say that on a live stream, but that's just real. I don't know. While we wait on that, because we'll just do the pre-vest thing, and then I know people gotta like go to work and take care of kids. So I mean, it's all good. I just appreciate people for supporting me the way y'all do. So there was a site, bro, and they said that I could stream their content, and it was called Let's Defend .io, I think. Yeah, I'm just giving my honest review of the site because I don't know. So first of all, I would just like start by saying that I think this site is unproven. You know, and that says a lot if you have an unproven site. So what do I mean by unproven? Like, there are no people that are out here saying that, man, this thing really helped me get a job, or this thing is really dope. Like, Hack the Box is proven, Try Hack Me is proven. This is not proven, right? I say that because I did a 1 day free trial, and I started the free trial around like 12 something. This thing took my money at like 12 o'clock this morning. So really, it's not a 1 day trial. It's like a 12-hour trial. And it's very expensive. It's $25. $25 a month for an unproven platform. So that is like strike one right there. Like off top. You're charging too much for something that a very small number of people know about. Strike one, bro. So I got an email from I guess someone that works with the website, and they asked me why haven't I started an investigation yet, right? So I'm like, cool, I'll try to start an investigation. I don't know what I'm doing here. I created a case, right? You can start a playbook. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yes, it's malicious. Planned. Boom. Next. So I just put bad data in there because I wasn't paying attention. Like, are you gonna hold me accountable for that? You know, I don't know. I didn't do anything. I just kept clicking. And then here's log management here. So I don't know if basically what this means is like we're watching if we as participants on the website are watching one endpoint. Like who knows? Like I wouldn't know how this website worked. Action Connect. You do not have the permission to create the machine. Let's go back. I want people to see this. You should upgrade your account to incident response. Let's go and see how much incident response is. And this is, I don't mean to like rag on your site, man, but come on. Like seriously. Like I get it. Like y'all gotta get y'all money. And that makes sense. Like you gotta get your money, but man, this is just not what people want to see when we first start. And by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and cancel my membership. Too expensive, dog. I don't know. Yeah, that subscription is too expensive. But anyway, um, I was gonna show you the price for incident response. Now, and this is the site too, right? Like once this site becomes more proven and more people will say, "Oh wow, well, I got a lot from that," then you can go up to $40 and stuff like that. But right now, let me see. Can I do that one? Yep, can't do that one. Start a 1 day trial or start incident responder edition for $40 a month. Once you get proven and stuff like that, once you get on like TCM's level at minimum, TCM's level, roster mouse's level and stuff like that, then you can start to charge that much. You know, but like right now, it's like it's gonna be hard to compete. So um, that's my overall opinion of this site. Definitely a beautiful site, but I don't understand the investigation thing, and I definitely don't understand why we're paying $25. So there you go. Just wanted to say that because I told them that I would live stream it, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna be brutally honest, bro, because honesty is the quickest way. Honesty is the quickest way. Like, yeah, it could be like super politically correct, and then like you know, you know, dance on glass and hot coal for you, and try to do whatever. But you need straight. You know how like alcoholics and people that drink, they drink like fruity drinks. Like they put like orange juice and pineapple and all that stuff, and then they'll put the vodka or whatever they're drinking. This is straight up 150% alcohol that I'm giving you. Like, there is nothing else in it. You know what I'm saying? And you want to get to a certain place. Like an alcoholic wants to get drunk. They're not gonna drink all that other crap. They're just gonna drink straight up alcohol or whatever they're doing, right? So it's the same thing. You want the truth? I'm gonna give you the truth. Now, if you want me to dress it up and be nice and kind to you, I mean, I'm nice as possible. But what I really try to do is give you my honest emotion as well, so that you know that it's an urgent thing. That's another reason why I'm so rough around the edges. If I give it to you nicely and in a wrapped in a bow, then you're like, oh, I'll get to it later. But if I just tell you, hey, too expensive, bro, chill. Hey, I don't understand this, and I'm not gonna be using this. Now you understand the urgency of the situation. And I try to tell people that work this all the time, like some of my supervisors and stuff. Like, yes, I get the fact that you're trying to be overly professional, overly friendly, so that you keep up. Like, what's the word I don't want to use there? You're trying to keep up you want to keep people happy and coming back for more, and you want people to like you. But if something needs to hit hard, just let it hit hard, bro. Because you wanted to change, you wanted to be taken seriously. Let it hit. Let it hit like a. So anyway, that was a long rant, bro. It upsets me when people put professionalism over the truth. Don't do that. Truth first, professionalism second. Always. Parse the MFT file. What? What are they talking about? Why do I have to do that? This is prefetch. I thought. No, I went out of that. So let's do GCI, C, Windows. And then if anybody else that wants me to review their site, I'm going to give it to you raw, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give it to you like it is. Like, I love John Hammond and all those guys, but like, I am not them. I am not them. Sort creation time. I'm gonna give it to you straight up. And maybe they do too, but basically what I'm saying is it's gonna sting a little bit for me if it's warranted. If what I'm looking at is not so seriously, then it's not so serious, then maybe yeah, I'll be a little bit nicer about it. But if it really bothers me, I wanted to bother you too, so that you can change it. And that price on that site bothers me. At least until more people know about the site. Man. And the thing about it is too, like I tried it at work and I was like, bro, what is going on? So PowerShell, you see how I just ran PowerShell? Yeah, I think you get it. No point in beating a dead horse there. I would say my opinions on Try Hack Me and Hack the Box. I have no issues with the prices there. I actually think Try Hack Me is underrated. I mean underpriced. Given the value that it gives so many people. It gives people hope. You know, you come into hacking or ethical hacking and you don't want to lose. You don't want to take any losses, right? And so it gives you an avenue to like get those quick wins and then get on your feet. And then it also has stuff for guys like me too. So it's like the total package. I don't see that. I wonder if you could see my screen here. I know some of you guys are on mobile. So that's why I always have a special place in my heart for Try Hacking. Now, is the site perfect? No. Definitely, emphatically not. But I would say Try Hack Me is, depending on what you're trying to do, Try Hack Me is number one. Depending on what other things you're trying to do, Hack the Box is number one. And those are you need to be trying to get on their level before you start like imposing additional things on people that are undesirable, like prices. I'm gonna still be on that price thing. Oh man. And then plus like people hurting, man. People ain't got it like that these days. I'll tell you right now, I don't got it like that. Name, like, and I'm gonna get off. I just want to do this real quick PowerShell. Thing star G A E C star. And then pipe that into select creation time and all that stuff. And I didn't find anything. Wow. What am I looking at? Am I still confused? Windows jump list. I never even heard of that. Windows jump list. See how I'm learning stuff? Jump list. Windows introduced jump list to help users go directly to the recently used files from the taskbar. We can view jump lists by right-clicking an application's icon in the taskbar. Wow. You can parse jump lists. Okay. That is definitely something that I have to look more into, jump lists. But that's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed my ranting and my talking. I know I promised the direct active directory challenge today. I think I might move that to Thursday now because of things. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So all right, man. Let me go deal with the rest of the day, and tomorrow we'll let me see if we have some Azure stuff on here because that would be no. Let's see. Probably not because it's expensive to have something like just host it like that. But we can always see, man. There ain't no problem with doing that. Learning paths. Complete beginner. We got pen test plus. That's dope, but I don't really care right now. As as important as cloud is, you would think. You know what else I like? I like the fact that things require a streak to get into. So it's like, boom, you ain't getting into this unless you get on your grind. You get consistent. I ain't got to worry about that. I don't ever have to worry about being consistent, so I don't pay attention to streaks. I'm gonna be here every day regardless. It's up to you as a website to pull me in. So that's that. I thought that I could search this stuff though. Let's search in my face. Practice. Let's do search. Cloud. No rooms found, bro. Are you serious? Azure. AWS. Okay, so I'm gonna have to find some stuff, or we're just gonna go ahead and get back into our Azure lab. Probably is what we're gonna do tomorrow, and I will try to make it beneficial for everybody. But until then, I am out. Thanks for watching. Peace.